This is probably the most high anxiety, nervous time of my entire life, especially during the PT school journey. And this was when I applied and interviewed and I was just waiting for a response. Oh man! Do you guys feel this way? You just feel so much anxiety, like you don't know what to do. You're asking your friends how you did, you're trying to get all this feedback, and honestly, you're just waiting. It's the waiting game before you get a response. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some practical tips to do while waiting to get a response from physical therapy school. Let's get into this. Lego. Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Dr. Live for a Change, Justin Lee, physical therapist. I'm currently working as a physical therapist, but I'm also very passionate about helping students get accepted into physical therapy school. So if you're lost on your journey, or if you're like, hey, I want to get into PT school, I can coach you and I can help you get accepted. Feel free to subscribe to my channel or check out my other videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, students who are waiting to get accepted or rejected from PT school, hopefully not rejected, here are some practical tips to help while you're in this process. And honestly, I would definitely take some notes on this because you don't want to look bad by, let's say, quitting your job or quitting something that you said that you were doing in your application, and then they look at you and then they realize that you quit or you don't have commitment, or I don't know, you're kind of sketchy now, right? So make sure you don't make those mistakes. So just here are some 3 tips to do while you are waiting to get and hear back from PT school. Okay, tip number 1, wait till the deadline that they gave you, right? That means that after you interview or after you apply, they will most likely give you they'll tell you in word, verbal, or writing, a certain deadline or timeline that they're gonna respond back. Usually this is somewhere between 4 weeks to somewhere between a couple months. Okay, so make sure that they tell you that, and if they don't, you definitely have a right to ask after your interview, you know, as you're saying bye or whatever, just last question, hey, I'm just wondering, when can I anticipate a response back from your program, right? Totally okay to say that. So tip number 1, make sure you wait until the end of that deadline. So let's just say, 6 weeks. We're gonna let you know in 6 weeks from now, all right? If you're in week 5, just chill. Wait until that 6-week mark. And then once the deadline comes and you do not hear a response, then wait 2 days or the weekend, right? So if it's like a Friday the deadline and they didn't get a response to you, wait till the weekend. After 2 days or that upcoming Monday, then you send a follow-up email just kindly reminding them that, hey, I was supposed to hear a response by Friday and I didn't hear anything. I am just curious, are there any updates with my application? Right? So simple, okay? So tip number 1, at least wait till the end of that deadline. That's super important. And once you're not and that deadline passes, then we can talk a little bit more. And yeah, if you are actually in that place where you're waiting past the deadline, I'm actually curious. Let me know in the comments if that's you. Okay, tip number 2, continue what you've been doing. So this is what I've been talking about earlier on in the mistake to not make, right? If you are currently an aide, if you are a server, whatever that you're involved in, extracurriculars, volunteer, that you wrote in your application, you said that you're still currently doing that, I highly encourage you and to continue to do that at least until you get accepted. After you get accepted, throw in the white towels, screw you, manager, or forget you, I'm so over this. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure you're always cordial when you quit, you know, give your 2-week notice. Come on, y'all, we gotta be disciplined up in here. Man. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject, but make sure you're continuing to do what you are doing, right? Just finish it all the way through to the end, at least until you get accepted, like I mentioned. And tip number 3. 3. Okay, now this I feel so strongly on because I feel like this is really important, especially for you students. And I'm talking to you students specifically who are, thinking about the application and feeling just really, really anxious, nervous, self-doubt, filled with doubt, filled like, man, I bombed that interview, I suck, like I'm not gonna, they didn't like my answer, kind of freaking out, high anxiety, right? Or any type of anxiety. If that's you, I am talking to you right now. All right, and then anytime throughout this video while I'm talking to you, in this third tip that you resonate with, I'd appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up there or even a comment below so it can help the YouTube algorithm promote this video. Because I really feel like this part of the video is kind of like the best part, especially because I'm talking to you students who are currently waiting to get accepted into physical therapy school or rejected into physical therapy school, and you have that, man, I don't know. So I'm talking to you right now, okay? First off, I just want to say that up until this point, you've given your very, very best effort to give your very best PT school application. Okay, now let's just go down memory lane for a sec, all right? You started off with your bio, right, or your general science course, and you did all those prerequisites, grinded through those every single year after year while getting your undergraduate degree. Then you took a little bit more, you did more observation hours, maybe you did several different clinics, right? You're trying to do really well in class, getting A's and B's, and working through this year by year. Maybe some of you took the GRE, right? And you've done all of this work, you've written a bomb essay, came into this interview, and bam, you gave it everything you got. Now, I think that is so important because if you are a student, now think about this. You have two scenarios. It's you as a student, and there's two paths that could have been taken. Scenario A, you take the path and you give about 70% of what you got. Right? 70% of what you got, and you're like, man, I gave 70% to the PT school application, maybe they'll get me or not. And then person B, I gave 100% of what I got in, right? Now both cases come out, same, GPA, all that stuff. Now both of them get accepted. Boom, perfect. Okay, 70% says, yes, I got in, right? With 70% of the work, which is fine, but a poor attitude. Person B, I gave 100% of my work and I got in. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when I try really hard. Now next time there's a hard event like this, I'm gonna give my 100% just like I did like this, because I knew I was successful here, meaning I can be successful there in the future. Ooh, what a mindset shift, right? Man, okay? So that's just like, I just want to say, trust in yourself. Trust in yourself that you put in all this work to get to this point. And when you get to this point, you said, I am here and I did everything that I could. And now just imagine, if you got rejected and you gave 70%, now you're thinking, what if I gave 30% more, but the 100% says, you know what, I gave my 100%, and this is all I got. This is all I physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, whatever can give. Maybe this isn't for me. Or maybe I can try harder. But at least I know I gave it everything I got, versus here is, what if I gave 30% more? Guys. Hey, if I'm talking to you right now, I would love to get some feedback from you. Put in the comments if you hear or resonate with anything that I said here. And if I'm just like blowing your mind right now, give this video a like. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, y'all, so those are the 3 tips for a student who is currently waiting to hear back from PT school. Throughout this video, hey, if you guys like this video, I really appreciate it if you just, share this with some of your friends, maybe some of your friends who are applying to PT school, right? Or maybe they're not in that process, but they're going to soon. I'd really appreciate it if you share this video with them, just to encourage them. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos on this channel. If you're a pre-physical therapy student trying to become a physical therapist, anywhere from high school to undergrad trying to get in, this channel is for you, and I have everything you need to know to get accepted into physical therapy school. Every day is a great day to lift weights, lift others, and lift yourself up. Stay lifting, stay aloha. God bless. Have a great one, you guys.